Hey runners, Dan Swinsko back with you again. So hopefully you saw the last video talking about ways you can improve your ability to be prepared for running with just body weight. This is going to be an advancement for that, assuming you have a dumbbell or a kettlebell. I'll be demonstrating with kettlebells. Nothing wrong with what I showed you before. This is just taking advantage of some good exercises if you have kettlebells available to you. Keep in mind, all of this stuff makes a great idea for a warm-up, warming up particularly when it's cold outside, and baby, it's COVID outside. You knew there's gonna be a dumb joke in there somewhere. Maybe my dog too if he comes back in. Anyway, we need to have strength and stability to run because it's basically doing multiple single leg squats. So let me talk to you about some additional things now that we have some kettlebells. So good for a small kettlebell is an exercise we just call a pendulum. And just like on a grandfather clock, that pendulum, you're gonna stand on one leg, let it swing to one side, and then the other, just like that. It doesn't have to be fast and it doesn't have to be far. It's just there's a certain amount of weight going on either side of your center of gravity, so you have to stabilize against that. Also, you can play around with the angle. So you notice here, I'm up pretty tall. I can gradually do this while I go up and down. Also, if you have the range of motion and control to comfortably do that. You don't have to, it's just something else out there to do. But that's a nice challenge for you for single leg balance. Another single leg balance challenge to just get a little stronger is to do anything with weight, just even if you walk with a heavy weight. This obviously isn't heavy enough to be a challenge, but if you simply walk with weight in one hand and not the other, gravity's trying to make you do that, right? So the muscles in my waist, AKA my obliques, hold my rib cage and pelvis in that alignment. And once I start walking, then my butt muscles prevent that too. So as I walk with this, I'm gonna get some really nice work for my glutes and my core, and of course, change sides. It's gotta be a heavy weight. I usually have people walk around about 20 seconds and keep finding, a progressively heavier weight until they find the weight where they feel it on the opposite side. So if I've got this weight and I walk around 20, 30 seconds and I feel a little challenge over here, perfect, that's what I'm looking for. So there's another option for you. Another option in addition to that would be to hold the weight here, get your balance, and then just do a single arm press. See me lose my balance there? So I've got to stabilize and be able to control that. It doesn't have to be a weight that's heavy for your shoulder. That's not about your shoulder right now. It's about this. So I have to create stability here against body weight plus the amount of oomph to get that up overhead. So that's another way, as a runner, you can work on doing some things there. Another one that works really well along these lines is to get in a split stance position and do the pendulum from here. So now I'm doing split squats with a little extra load and a little bit of challenge in that regard, okay? If you have a chair handy, you can do a type of a split squat we just call rear foot elevated, or RFE. So with my RFE, I'm gonna put one foot behind me, I'm gonna get my balance, and I just go straight down and straight up. Simple as that. If you feel a huge stretch in the front of this hip, you're probably stretched a little too far out. If you feel awkward, you're probably not out far enough. It takes experience, and I don't know how to tell you over camera, but there's a sweet spot where it feels pretty comfortable. And then off you go, make it challenging. Now, if we have some weights, we can put the weights in each hand, and now I've got a balanced, symmetrical load. So now I have weight, making that leg do more work. If I have an unbalanced, asymmetrical load, now I have less work directly on this leg muscle, but now I've got a core challenge because weight's on one side, it's not automatically balanced on the other, which is like running, right? I can take that same weight, hold it a little higher, raise the center of gravity, and make it harder. And if I'm able to, I can do that and make it harder yet. All really good options with not a lot of equipment. Now, if you have the ability to have some weights and you want to do what's a type of a deadlift without doing pure single leg, we get into a sprinter stance. So one foot flat, the other foot is got toes dug in a spot equal to about the back of your heel. Now I've got my weights here, and I hinge, and I push that left foot through the ground. And I hinge, and I push that left foot through the ground. Remember from previous videos, when you hinge, you should feel it in your hamstring and rear end. If you feel it anywhere else, something is awry. That is something that's hard to learn by camera. If you don't own that, don't try that exercise. You don't need it. Just do the other ones. I hope that helps you. It's great that you're out running, but remember, it's 3 times body weight every time your foot hits the ground, and that's a lot of single leg squats if your body's not accustomed to that. Ramp up to it and enjoy it. Let some silver lining to all this sequestering we've been doing, and I hope that helps you. Again, if you want more, send a question in the message. I'm happy to answer any questions any of you may have, and then you can also look at my YouTube channel. It's there for you. It's all free, and find some content there. Plenty of stuff. Thanks a lot.